Hi, it's Alisa from The Ripple Effect. Happy Thursday. Something I wanted to share with you today, something that I'm working on, and I'm hoping this might be helpful to you, is the theme around how we tend to create monsters in our head. And what I mean by that is, our minds they're, they can be tricky, right? But sometimes I've found that, especially when I'm really tired, or overwhelmed, or things are happening a lot at the same time, I find that my thought processes, it's not like I'm purposefully doing it, but I find that I start getting more and more frustrated, and it, like my ability to think in a more positive way, it starts to decline. And then I label it as creating monsters in my head, and that is where I feel like we can create stories about people that they're, I'm not saying we just make them up out of thin air. Usually we've had some kind of an experience with someone, and then we start filling in the blanks based on maybe questions that we have in our mind about these people and why this is happening. And I think sometimes we tend to be very hard on ourselves, and um, when we're thinking about a problem and something that's bothering us and something that is concerning us, about, let's just say, someone else, if we don't have all the information and someone did something that hurt our feelings or really upset us, it's easy to, especially when we're really tired or overwhelmed or stressed or something, it's easy to create a thought process that is more on a negative, like I said, creating monsters in our mind. And my response to myself, and I'm sharing this with you, is I'm really focusing on ca- catching myself doing that, being aware of it. And then what I've been working on and focusing on is when I'm starting to feel like I'm creating a negative story. And again, how do I know if it's true or not? I'm making this up in my mind based on some perceptions and experiences. But it's like, instead of me creating monsters in my mind about others, in my meditations and my prayers, I'm asking for help with seeing this through love. And my question to myself is, well, how would love see this? How would God see this? How would the Holy Spirit see this? What am I doing here right now, that's it's actually hurting me by creating these monsters in my mind? No one else is aware of what I'm thinking on a physical level. They might feel my energy, of course, and I know that, we're all connected, but I'm just talking about consciously. No one is aware, and, most people aren't aware of what I'm thinking. Um, but, uh, but I'm aware of it, and so what I'm doing is I'm hurting myself. Basically, I feel, I'm hurting myself. I'm making my mood more and more negative by these negative thoughts. I'm making myself feel worse because whenever I think about someone in a negative way, I end up feeling really bad about that. And it's like a self-defeating, habit, if you will. And so what I'm getting at is, I wonder how you would experience this, if this would be something helpful to you when you're feeling really overwhelmed or tired, or, there's a lot going on. Maybe some people are acting in a way you wish they wouldn't, and you're starting to, create some perceptions about them in your mind. Um, I wonder if it would be helpful for you, like it's been helpful for me, to ask yourself, how would love see this situation, and how would love see these people, and then see what comes to you. And the answer is always, Alyssa, you don't know exactly what's going on with these people, and we are all innocent. We're all innocent, and and I sort of start feeling guilty because I know I'm doing something that's not at all helpful for myself too. Um, but when I start thinking about what would love say about this, what would love do, it helps soften my thoughts, and um, it helps me kind of rise above and see things from a higher perspective, and it helps me feel better. And then, interestingly, over the past few days, I've had some really good conversations with these same people, and everything turned out really well. And sort of the stories I was creating, the monsters I was creating, the monsters I was creating, um, were not, of course, real. And so I just want to share that with you. I think we really just make things so much harder for ourselves sometimes than we need to. I know I do that, and I'm sure we all do that, but my message is, let's really focus on being so kind, much kinder to ourselves and others, and ultimately, when we feel ourselves going down that darker path, which we do, we're human, but if we have that awareness and stop ourselves and just sort of shift it and say, okay, what would love see here? How would love see this person? How would love see me? And see what comes to you. I am pretty confident it will make you feel better, and it will help guide you through a process of forgiveness, or having a more positive conversation or relationship with these people. It's a process for sure, but my intent is always to share what I find helpful, and maybe this will be helpful for you, and help you feel better as well. So, with that, I wish all of you a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, many, many blessings, and I look forward to talking with you next week. Take care.